Hello, this is Sonja from My Happy Space. Welcome back at my channel. Today I'm going to do prompt number 26 and 27 for Junk Journal July, and it is Memento and Strip Back. Now I've got this beautiful card which my friend Lisa from Just Stitch on Instagram. She sent me once a parcel all the way from America, and obviously that little tag was with it, and I always wanted to put it in a safe place to remember. It was in my craft room the whole time, and I think this is the perfect opportunity to give it a home and keep it in a nice place. Now, Lisa is on Instagram on Just Stitch, and she is the most kindest and dearest person online, and she is really worthwhile following. She is into sewing. She makes these cute little pencil bags and quilts and things like that. And she is also on the design team for Kelly Banks, and I think for Illustrated Faith also. And she makes the most amazing projects. It is just mind blowing. I don't actually know how she does it. So she is definitely worthwhile following. So I'll definitely leave her details down below. And I'd love to meet her one day in real person. If it's not here on earth, then definitely in heaven. So I'm looking forward to that. So I've decided to make a big tag for the small little tags he sent me because I thought it will get a little bit lost. So I'm just using some papers in my stash. This is my goal for this project, not to print things out, just to use things in my stash. So I've got this top where I just always go to, and then I just look for the printouts, and I'm just trying to use always the papers which is in there. And it's quite useful to have a top like that, and I am sure that we all have something like that in our craft room. So I've decided to use this light bulb pin, which I picked up from it's equivalent to a dollar store here in South Africa. And I was so happy when I saw it because obviously I've seen it quite a lot. I think Tim Holtz sell it, and obviously you can get it probably on eBay also. And yeah, I was so happy when I saw it. I thought I'll never picked it up here, and it was absolutely next to nothing. So I definitely picked up a top. I think in hindsight, I should have tried to color it with alcohol ink because one of my friends recommended it that I should color it with alcohol inks if I want to change the color because it's quite gold. And I actually have pink alcohol ink. I should have done it this time, but I completely forgot about it. I didn't even think about it. So I've just connected these two tags with that light bulb pin, and I've put a doily over there. I just wanted to bring a little more pink in because Lisa's colors is very much the same than mine. She also likes pinks and blues and reds and pops of yellows, and she's also a pastely, oldie worldy, vintage. Her stuff is beautiful, as I said, so I just wanted to bring a little bit more pink in there. Now I'm just going to make a pocket for this tag, and I'm just yet again using some of my prints out in my stash, and I'm just using my inch, I think 1 inch hole punch to make a dent in there just to create a fact that it is a pocket. So I'm just securing it on there. It was a bit difficult to stay on there. I obviously first need to make sure this pocket is dry before I put my tag in there. Then I decide I want to make a little cluster there at the bottom, and I'm using some of that leftover paper, this green blue gingham, and then I go to my little top with print out flowers, and I'm just coming across this flower. Yet again, I'm always trying to go to the things I have in my stash before I print out. And I'm just using this little kitty zigzag scallop scissors to create edges. It just reminded me of the Rick Rack, which was part of the little tag Lisa sent me. I just wanted to bring that in. And then I thought, why don't I use material, some of this material which I've used for my foundation pages for this journal also, because Lisa, as I said, is a sewer. She used beautiful material to make pretty things. So just to honor her and to remember her and just to bring a little bit more interest and texture, I'm just going to make a cluster on top of each other, just sewing it on with a slip stitch, absolutely nothing fancy. Yeah, when it comes to sewing, unfortunately, I'm not an expert at all. I wish I was better in sewing. I wish I could make pretty things. Yeah, but I just wanted to bring a little bit more texture, and yeah, it's just sometimes good to remember these things. And I'm also inspired by Meg journals, always using frets and things like that in her journal and sewing. So yeah, I love how that turned out. And the fact that this green is, or the not the rickrack, the gingham paper is more green blue than blue. It makes me keep to the palette for this journal because the palette for this journal is purples, greens, pinks, and gold. So I thought that works out perfectly because, yeah, as I said, I was trying to keep to the palette, but it is difficult because my go-to palette, as you know, is pinks and blues and pastel. Then I've decided to use this little bit of lace there at the bottom that was also been lying on my desk for ages. So I thought, why don't I just put it on there? Yeah, love how that looks also. And then I'm just going to use my alphabet stamp just to put Memento there at the bottom. And prompt number 26. I cannot believe we're already at prompt number 26. It's been a journey. It really has stretched me, and I'm enjoying the fact that I've used quite a lot of mixed media in this journal, practiced quite a lot of mixed media. Obviously, today's page is a little bit different, but it's also good to have different type of pages. Then there was a paint splot or mark there on the side of that bag, and I didn't really like that, so I just cut the other bit of that flower and I've just stuck it on there just to cover that. So this is my page for Memento. And now I'm going to go to strip back. Now obviously strip back is stripping back things to the basics. Now I've got this foundation page which I've made with my setup video, and I like it, but it didn't really inspire me. And I also couldn't think how am I going to combine it with a prompt. So I've decided I'm going to strip back and I'm actually going to cover it all with junk journal stuff. So I was thinking, what is the most basic junk journal stuff you can use? If you just have to strip back a page, and if you think of the most basic things with junk journaling, obviously to me it is definitely vintage papers, dictionaries, and things like that. So that's why I've decided to use that, just to cover it up. As I said, in hindsight, I don't think I should have done these foundation pages in my journal. It was just unnecessary. So, but yeah, you make up your own rules. It's your journal. So I've decided I'm just going to cover it. If it was any other page in any other journal, I probably would have been fine with it. And I did enjoy making it. But I just couldn't think how I'm going to put it in my journal combined with another prompt. So I've decided to use some double-sided tape because there was quite a lot of texture on this page. So I thought glue might not hold those pages. So I just wanted to make sure that it holds it. I think it worked out well. Now to strip it even more back, I've decided to put some white acrylic paint on the pages. Because this prompt is strip back. This is quite a difficult prompt for me to do if you do a video, because obviously stripping back is you put the minimum amount of things on a page, and that is a bit boring if you watch it on a video. You probably could do something more interesting, but I'm just thinking, how can I make it interesting enough to make a video and obviously keep my audience attention? Obviously that's different if you just make it for yourself at home, these type of prompts, but obviously I can't just put one thing on a page and call it a day and this is now what you have to watch. So I just thought, okay, I'm going to put this white flowers on there because that's also back to basics. And obviously my go-to thing is a doily for backing. And just to bring a little bit of color, I've decided to put that fainted pale pink, which is part of my doily printables, which I will leave down below again if you're interested in picking that up. But the craft doily was just something I had in my stash. So yeah, I love how that turned out, just very basic and subtle, and comparison with the other side of the page, which is quite busy. Then I also thought you can't do junk journaling with some coffee, because that is also one of the sort of the most basic things for junk journaling. So I thought I'm going to actually put a little bit of coffee swatches on there. I love how that turned also. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for all your comments and encouragements and likes and things like that. And if you haven't subscribed, why don't you? I'd really appreciate to have you as part of this family. And thank you for watching. And I'm probably talking to you on Saturday again. God bless. Bye-bye.